Morning, guys. Sorry about the picture quality with darkness, but there's not much I can do about the sun when it is 4:30 in the morning. I've been asleep for a straight 5 hours, so it's now Wednesday. Been in here in Devon since Friday. I just wanted to talk a little bit this morning about triggers and maybe some techniques that can help ease the consequences of triggers, that being maybe a dip in mood, changing thoughts, that kind of thing. So I had a pretty good day yesterday. I can't remember what we did. I went for a walk in the morning and just potted about here all day. But sometime before we ate dinner, something triggered me to just get a bit stressed, really. It wasn't not even an argument, just a slight disagreement, but I guess because of some insecurities and past experiences, it can trigger some kind of unwanted reaction. So yeah, so I found myself initially stressed, physically stressed, not really aware too much that my thoughts had changed, but for the rest of the evening, I mean, it didn't help that I was absolutely shattered, which is also can be be a factor in how easily things can affect you, whether or not you have a mental health diagnosis or not. Yeah, so I was a lot more reserved for the rest of the evening. And by the end of the evening, my thoughts had become very negative in my imagination, in the way that I guess if you're happy, you imagine different. Your thoughts are obviously different to when you're being troubled by something, and it's not even necessarily, if you're happy and it's a knock-on effect. You're not just happy about what you're happy about. It can make you happy and feel good about all kinds of things. For instance, like future endeavors. You have a good day, you can be feeling more creative, coming up with more ideas. In the same way that if you don't feel so good, you can, or say, for instance, just an example, those same endeavors that were being productively and creatively explored before are now being negatively thought about. So I began last night, I was very reserved all night, but again, partly because I was absolutely shattered, But also because this certain thing had just knocked me off kilter a little bit, and I just want to say that it's the kind of thing that a lot of people wouldn't have even thought twice about that triggered me, but because I am who I am and because of my past experiences in terms of trauma in inverted commas or negative experiences, I became sorry, I lost my train of thought. I became a little bit, so I don't know if this is going to make sense because I don't know where I was, but I became a little bit entwined within my thoughts. So I guess one of the things I was doing last night was I just practiced a bit of mindfulness while throughout the evening, concentrating on my breath a little bit, whilst paying attention to the conversation, but just keeping myself relaxed. And then, but to be fair, it was only once the evening was over that I realised quite how far my thoughts had gone, and in terms of imagination, I imagine people saying things about me, not even in relation to anything, but just negative scenario plotting, I'm going to call it, NSP. But so I've woken up this morning and it's all still on my mind, but a good sleep always does help, and I guess I'm waiting in some ways, which may not be the best way to look at it, to start my day and see how it goes. I'm just walking through the rocks again that I showed you last time in the dark, so it's not the easiest thing to do, and I fear my feet are going to end up in a rock pool, but my eyes have adjusted to the darkness a bit. And so in terms of CBT and mindfulness, I guess they kind of tie in together, because mindfulness can almost be the first step to recognizing your thoughts as temporary, almost like options of information that you choose whether or not to engage with. We spend all our time doing that, and we choose, or quite often on autopilot, we select what we want to engage with and what we don't. That was a rock pool. So in terms of CBT, I guess it's kind of about restructuring your thoughts, which when I get creatively negative, let's call it, inventing scenarios and projecting my mood onto them, how I'm going to be in future scenarios of certain things, and yeah, those imaginations being altered by my mood. So yeah, that's probably about it. I'm almost at the CVT, sorry, about challenging your thoughts and restructuring them. Not necessarily challenging in an aggressive way, but just maybe thinking of alternative suggestions, and hope that it might balance your thoughts and therefore eventually balance your mood and reaction a bit. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm just going to enjoy a cigarette, and I don't think we're going to get sunrise this morning, but yeah, I will check in soon. Alright, have a good day, y'all. Peace.